listen to a few Haim songs and
Yeah,
then
for
a few
sure.
Fleetwood songs and then kind of compare the two, you could hear some total influences.
Awesome.
Yeah, I had the chain down. I also had You Can Go Your Own Way.
Me too.
That's got to be one of the signature songs, right?
It's just a fun song to sing, and I remember my mom hearing it on the radio, and I just love that song, so it brings back cool memories.
And you know what it's about, right?
Go Your Own Way?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever deep dived into what it actually was, no.
Really the relationship between Stevie and Lindsey Buckingham.
Oh, really?
And like I've watched videos of some of their live performances. When they sing that song together, they look over at each other. It's a lot of side eye going on.
Wow.
It's almost kind of like I'm throwing some shade your way. Throwing some shade your way. I don't know.
Thanks for telling me that. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Go Your Own Way is a classic. Rhiannon.
Oh, yeah.
One
And
of my
I have a
favorites.
story about that. It's about a woman who believes that she's being possessed by the spirit of a woman named Rion. Is it Rion? I always say that wrong.
Rhiannon?
I have trouble saying it.
I've always said Rhiannon or Rhiannon.
So isn't that like a weird...
It's not Rihanna.
It's not Rihanna. No.
Bitch better have my money.
But yeah, I didn't know it was about like spirits and being possessed and...
Now that you mentioned that,
I didn't know
if
that.
you sit back and you kind of look at like a lot of Stevie Nicks' influence in the songwriting with the band and then even some of her own solo stuff, she kind of has like this, gypsy, gold dust woman, very
free-flowing, just
maybe like an
spirit.
ethereal or mystic.
Yeah.
There's that word again. Mystic
Yeah.
keeps popping back up.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
I got that one too.
Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. It's just, what a fun, just upbeat song to sing.
I want to hear that song right now.
I know, it's such a feel good.
I know.
You don't want to stop thinking about tomorrow.
No.
I kind of want to stop thinking about coronavirus.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, great song. Don't stop.
I got Gypsy.
Okay.
Love Gypsy.
That wasn't on, like, again, a list per se.
Right.
But here's kind of what I did. This was tough for me to come up with as far as a top list goes. So instead, I just sort of came up with a list of songs, Fleetwood Mac, that I wouldn't skip if I heard them on the radio or like a streaming service.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I'd stay listening.
And when I was doing research on Fleetwood Mac, I looked up some of their influences. And tell me if you can hear this in their music. Okay, so the Beatles, the Beach Boys.
Beach Boys for sure because of the 4 or 5 part harmonies.
Oh, yeah.
I could hear a lot of that influence because that's what Fleetwood was pretty well known for. Beach Boys, too.
Oh, yeah. And B.B. King, that deep soul.
Oh, with the blues and the soul vibe, yeah.
Buddy Holly.
Okay.
And the Rolling Stones.
I could hear a little bit of Mick Jagger and Keith Richards' influence there.
I thought that was cool.
Maybe because of the songwriting?
Yeah.
Because they were probably in the drug use?
Maybe a combination of all of it.
Right. Again, just do drugs and write a hit song. Go your own way.
It just doesn't work that way. You have to have all this talent involved as well. Which,
yes.
Which they did.
You do need to pick up an instrument or let your voice be your instrument. That's That kind of comes with the territory.
It does. It does, for sure.
I had the song Big Love.
Ooh, Big Love.
Which is more, I think, of an 80s hit for them.
Yeah, very 80s. Okay.
It's mostly a Lindsey Buckingham masterpiece and creation.
I got to throw this one out.
Okay.
Love, 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 love it. Landslide.
Yes. That was the one I was going to talk about next.
Amazing.
How many duplications or covers have there been of that song?
I know the Dixie Chicks or the Dixie Girls.
Well, the
whatever.
Chicks are what they're called now.
The Chicks.
Yeah, you got to be PC now, Adri.
I'm trying.
You'll offend somebody.
It's just hard to remember. Everyone's name changes all of a sudden. Their version is very good. I do like it. I appreciate it.
I really like the Dixie Chicks version because it was a big hit for them on country radio. But have you heard the Smashing Pumpkins cover? Or did you know that existed?
I almost spit out my water.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know it existed.
Oh,
what?
So
Are you kidding?
Good. Yes.
I have to hear it.
And you're thinking Smashing Pumpkins covered Fleetwood Mac?
What?
WTF.
I've never heard that.
No, Billy Corgan's voice is so good on it. It's very stripped down.
I have to hear this.
And they should be a group or a band that we cover in a future episode.
We will. They covered Landslide?
Yes, they did.
Okay, I got to hear this.
And it gives me chills. Not that the Dixie Chicks version doesn't, not that the original by Fleetwood doesn't, but I think out of all the duplications or the covers I've heard, Smashing Pumpkins, it just makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck. It's just a little bit haunting.
I can.
It gives off those Stevie Nicks, again, mystic.
Those vibes and just
yeah.
that sound. And I just want to throw it out there before I forget, because I play country music. I've been playing Miranda Lambert Bluebird, and every time I play that song, it sounds so reminiscent of Stevie Nicks. It has this really cool, like, I don't know how to say, like, twinkle to it.
Right.
Just the sound to it. It sounds...
Bluebird reminds me of Songbird from Fleetwood Mac.
It's
You're just changing half the title of the song.
to Blue. Yes.
But yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Miranda Lambert because, we could circle back and talk about some of the artists that they've influenced and some of the Fleetwood Macs of today, the Stevie Nickses of today. Definitely, totally would put Miranda in that category as someone who's, you could tell she's listened to a lot of that group or a lot of maybe Stevie Nicks' solo records, or maybe it's just the songwriting of Stevie Nicks.
I think all of it together. And like we talked about Lady A, and even I want to throw this one out there, Destiny's Child.
Oh, yeah. With Stevie Nicks and her song Edge of 17. Just like the white winged dove.
That was cool.
I don't think you're ready for this jelly. That's all I'm going to say.
No one was ready for that jelly. And that was so cool. Like, I love that Destiny's Child would take, that sound.
Sidebar, I miss 90s and booty songs. Like late 90s, early 2000s, R&B, hip-hop, booty songs.
Yes, there's not that
Juvenile,
many
back
songs.
That thing up.
We got
Bootylicious. Mystical, Shake That Ass.
Petey Pablo.
Pablo.
There's just
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
So many good booty rump songs.
His Anaconda Don't Want None, Stevie Nicks.
We cannot talk about Stevie like that.
Here's the thing. When you saw photos like the Rolling Stone cover and even earlier photos of Fleetwood Mac, okay, all the dudes were like super hairy, right?
They had that long, shaggy hair.
Yeah. But like Christine McVie and Stevie Nicks.
It was like
stunning.
Woo!
That was a hot-ass looking group, though.
They were a cool group of people. And I'm so glad they were able to stay together, even though they broke apart, ups and downs and all that craziness. They still made a lot of great music.
Again, it was probably the drugs. They just didn't eat, and they played music every night and got on stage and sweated everything out in their performances. That's how they all stayed skinny and hot. Okay, getting back into some of the songs that we love.
Okay.
Tusk.
Oh, yeah, I had that one written down too. Yep.
Something primal or tribal about that one.
It's just
one of their longer songs because it just kind of builds and builds and builds.
Right, but it didn't sound like anything else.
No. And I love the fact that a lot of radio stations weren't afraid to play it at the time because it was so different. It did not sound like anything else on the radio.
It didn't. And did we say this one? Little Lies. Little lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Tell me lies. Oh, good song.
I love that one.
I forgot how much I like that one.
9 or 10. I still love it. It's such a cool song, and the video is really cool too.
I don't think I've ever seen the video.
You should watch it on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
It's a cool video.
I also like off the Rumours album. I don't know how big of a hit it was for them, but I heard it again recently for the first time in forever. Frozen soundtrack reference. But the song Never Going Back Again.
Ooh, you know what? I didn't have that one written down, but that's a very good song.
Yeah, it's more stripped down. Love the lyrics in it. Again, I think it was something that came from the mind of Lindsey Buckingham. I think it was more or less his song. And then he just said, I want to do this song. I want to put it on the album. Y'all want to keep me around. This has to happen.
Okay, then let's do it.
Right. And I can't imagine if they argued about everything else and sleeping with one another, what it was like in the studio when it was time to like master the album and say what tracks were going to belong and what to keep and what to scrap for, maybe the next album. But
did you ever get a chance to see Stevie Nicks in concert?
Never. Other than like the YouTube stuff or, you go online now and you can Google Stevie Nicks live.
Yes, right. I've never seen her, but my husband got to see her when she opened for Tom Petty.
Oh, what?
Yes, and it was in Ohio, and I think it was back in 2000, I want to say 6 or 7, and she opened for Tom Petty, and I was like, oh, I'm so jealous.
Worth the price of admission.
Oh, yes.
They had a great song, Stop Dragging My Heart Around.
Stop Dragging My Heart Around.
Classic rock anthem.
Yes, and I just kind of wanted to branch off because I love Stevie Nicks as a solo artist, too. I mean, she had so many amazing songs, like we talked about Edge of 17. Stand Back was another one of my favorites. Do you remember that one?
I'm not familiar with that one.
Stand Back. And the video is really cool. Her hair's like flowing and it's just her in like this, like almost like a tunnel. It's really cool.
I'll definitely go check some of that out.
You got to check
There's
these
a lot of
videos
Stevie
out.
Nicks I'm only really familiar with because of the radio singles. But I'm sure she had like some deep cuts and her whole body of work. Again, like we said, the Miranda Lamberts, the Taylor Swifts, Sheryl Crow.
Sheryl Crow, yes.
Highly influenced by her songwriting.
Like Taylor Swift, I think she's an amazing artist and songwriter. And I'm sure Stevie Nicks is one of her influences.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear it in her music. And Stevie Nicks said that one of her top influences was actually Janis Joplin.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, yeah, I can hear that for sure.
Yeah, I can see that too. Especially the way Janis would perform on stage.
Yes.
That manic energy.
Just carefree,
Yeah.
you know, and just super energetic and just whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, you could see that
love
come
that.
through. And when Stevie performs, you go back, you watch some of the Fleetwood live stuff. Yeah, you could tell she's very carefree.
Yes.
She's always got like the flowing dress and
It's very like bohemian type.
They all look hot. They look the part. They never really changed their style.
No, everyone kind of evolved around them,
Right.
you know, and they just kept doing their thing, and that's why they sold so many albums worldwide. It's amazing.
You know, in the recording industry, because we work in radio, so sometimes we'll get sent like the gold or like the diamond plaques that
Yes.
we can hang in our offices and stuff.
I
when
love
an artist
those.
hits a certain amount, or they'll thank us and say, "Oh, hey, thank you for playing our
Right.
song so many times," or it's gotten such and such thousands of spins or
Yeah.
whatever. And that's usually in the recording industry. If an album has sold or a single has sold X amount of copies, it's either like a gold or like diamond or platinum.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not sure what that equates to with Fleetwood Mac. Maybe
They're
they're
on
their
a-
own thing.
They probably
They're
are.
on another level.
I mean, worldwide? That's crazy.
Worldwide? You know what I think of?
Mr. Worldwide.
Well, yeah, yes, I think of Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide, 305, Dolly. I think of him, and I also think of, you ever see the movie Step Brothers?
Yes, love
Okay,
it.
so every time I hear the word worldwide, I always think of Prestige, worldwide.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
They had a great song called Boats and Hoes. Think Fleetwood Mac would come out with a version of Boats and Hoes?
It would have a whole other sound to it. I'm just going to
Yeah.
put it that way.
All right. I think that's a good place to kind of wind this episode down. Like I said, this could be a 5-hour episode. If
We really had to
wanted
shrink
jump
it down.
Yeah. I think we wrap up with what we like to do in nearly every episode, which is our lyric association game.
Yes.
We give each other 3 words in 10 seconds, and each of us has to
Come up with a song title or lyric.
involving that word.
That word.
Okay, so do you want to go first, or you want me to throw the first word out
Okay.
at you?
I'm going to throw the word out at you
Okay.
first. Okay, so
Put the thinking cap on here.
today is also, what did you say earlier? It's like National Respect Your Parents
Respect Your
Day?
Parents Day, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go with parents.
Parents just don't understand.
Yeah. Fresh Prince.
Yep. I don't know if there are any other songs with parents in the title.
If you know one, please let us know on our social media page because I don't think.
I mean, I'm sure there are
might
hundreds of
be
songs with the word parents in the
I'm sure there's a
the lyric
country
of the
song with parents in it.
Yeah.
Maybe I called Mama. Doesn't he talk about his parents?
Yeah, I think so.
So that they're hidden in there.
Right.
I'm sure there's more than one, but
All right, my first word for you, better.
I'm thinking of Terry Clark. I've got better things to do.
Okay, 90s country?
Yes,
Terry Clark?
I love 90s country also.
Oh, all right.
What were you thinking?
Those of you playing at home, I mean, there's a lot of better songs.
There's a lot.
First one that jumps off my brain is She Lies and Says She's in Love with Him. Can't find a better man. You know who that is?
It sounded like Pearl Jam at first.
Yeah, Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder.
So
yeah.
I'm like, you okay?
I thought you were going to say Creed, and then I was going to die of laughter.
No. You've perfected your Pearl Jam.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yes, I got it. Okay. The next one is alcohol.
There's a Brad Paisley song called Alcohol.
Alcohol.
Yeah, but there's so many other songs that have alcohol either in the title or...
There is.
Okay, so
There's a lot.
you're going to be like...
Where are you going?
You're going to have a WTF moment here because I
geez.
guarantee you've never heard this song. Because I don't think you're a Pantera fan.
I'm not.
Okay, so Phil Anselmo, the lead singer of the band.
Wait, what are their names? Elmo and who?
Oh.
Wait, what?